other side. Now it was Jesus who made them go into the storm. But do we know in verse 34, it says this. In Matthew, okay, sorry, I didn't give you a context. It's Matthew chapter 14, verse 22 onwards. That Jesus sent the disciple into the storm. But in Matthew chapter 14, verse 34, if I'm not wrong, 34, where did they land? They landed at Gennesaret. Now what is Gennesaret? It is called a garden of riches, the paradise of Galilee. Jesus made them to go into the storm, and after the storm they are supposed to go to the other side, and after the storm is a land of riches and the paradise of Galilee. Now this is something that's very profound, but if we look at the word Gennesaret, then we understand there's always an intention when Jesus allows us to go through a storm, or when He initiates a storm for us. And remember, our grief will turn to joy. And then in verse 21, He says, a woman giving birth to a child has pain because her time has come. Now you see, the pain comes so intensely when the time has come. So when the battle gets more intense, we know that we're coming to an end. If right now you feel that, oh, at first it's still okay, I'm still fighting okay. But now it's like getting harder and harder, intense and more intense, because you know that it's coming to an end. According to this verse, it says, but when the baby is born, she forgets about the anguish because of the joy that a child is born into this world. It is like a woman, right? Now my sister, she complains a lot when she was pregnant with my nephew. I don't want already, I don't want another child already, so painful. Oh, so she said, you man very easy lah. You know this thing in me. You know how heavy it is or not. You don't have craving, no. She asked my brother-in-law to go and buy atachi in the middle of the night. Where to find atachi? She said, I have craving for atachi. My brother-in-law said, where to find atachi? I opened the longan guan for you, can or not? She said, I want atachi, and then they quarrel. Then my sister said, you think I want to have this craving? You know how difficult it is? I tell you, this is going to be the first and the last one. You see, when they're going through, they feel that it's not worth it. Especially when it comes to more and more intense pain. But when the moment comes, when the baby comes out, when she look at the baby, dear, let us have a second baby. Let us look for a sister or a baby boy for this brother. She wants another one. I thought she was complaining. Why? Because right now when she sees the birth of the child, then when she look at it and she recall, and she knows that it is all worth it. It is only but for a short time she's going to go through the pain. But she knows that she is going to enjoy this harvest. What God was trying to tell us is that Jesus, He says that, remember, your grief will turn to joy. This is what my promise will do. And my promise will lead you into a harvest. The harvest will come. Toiling. I know it's difficult. Planting. I know it's difficult. Fertilization. I know it's difficult. To tend the ground, I know it's difficult. Especially when you see as though nothing is happening. It is difficult. But the moment will come when you will enjoy the harvest. And when the harvest comes, you will want to have another plantation. Now this is what the promise does. And last but not least, He says, in that day, you will no longer ask me anything. Because the disciple has been coming to Jesus and asking from Him. But He says, after this moment, you no longer have to ask anything from me. But you just come in my name, you have the direct access to the Father. That kind of promise is given to you and I. We have the direct access to our Father. We are never forsaken. The time can be very tough. Sometimes it seems that God is so far away from us. When we cannot see the hands of God, can we trust in His heart? Can we believe in His word? Can we hold on to His promises? And this is one of the most assured promises that I can give to all of us today. No matter what we are going through, it can be tough. We have to live a life as a disciple. I know it's not going to be easy. We are against all odds. But remember, we have the direct access to the Father. You can ask of Him. He is with us and He is for us. What I want to tell all of us is this. If you look at John chapter 16, the instruction of the Lord is given to us. The Spirit of the Lord is given to us. The promises of the Lord is given to us. The instruction of the Lord tells us how much God loves us. Do you know that? Because every time when it comes to instruction, we feel heavy laden. No. He tells us all this. He gives us instruction to follow because He loves us too much. He loves us. And when He tells us about the Spirit of the Lord, it is to tell, have faith. You are not doing it on your own. Have faith when the Spirit is in you. And last but not least, He was trying to tell us that once you have my promises, remember, there's always hope. You are never hopeless. You always have hope. Now that is what Jesus was trying to give the disciples. Faith, hope, and love. Before He went to the cross. Now if we look at the whole chapter right now, then we understand. Whatever things that we are going through, right? When we're living on this earth, all of us will have a responsibility to live as a disciple. We do not want to just be labeled as a Christian. Or just because we come out from a church service, we say that we are a worshipper of God. But it is in our daily life how we live a life as a disciple of Jesus. With that, I just want to leave it to all of us to ponder and to think. In whatever areas right now in our life, are we standing up for Jesus? Father, we just want to give you thanks. Lord, this morning, even as we come before you, Lord, even as your word has spoken, God, anything if there's of you, Lord, you seal it in our hearts. That God, you cause us to meditate, to ponder, to think about what is preached to us, what you have spoken to us. Father, I pray that as we live a life on this earth, we live a life as your disciples. And God, we will hold fast to what you have spoken. And then God, we will continue to walk this journey with faith, hope. We give you thanks, we give you praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.